Guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. Today I have a quick video for you. I want to show you how you can take your lighter to the next level, okay? Now this is a trick, again, I learned in the military out of necessity, and I've kept it for almost a decade now. And it's taken my lighter and combined with some chapstick, cotton ball, some Vaseline tape, and a little lanyard to create what I call a Ranger lighter. And so I'm going to show you how to do that real quick here. Now all you're going to need is just a couple inches, maybe 6, 7, 8 inches of 550 cord. You need a cotton ball, which we're going to tear in half, some chapstick. My recommendation for chapstick is to use the one with the highest percentage of petrolatum in it. Petrolatum is a hydrocarbon, all right, similar to petroleum jelly, which I have right here, okay? And it is basically the same thing, and just like petroleum jelly combined with the cotton swab, it will burn for a while, okay, or basically a man-made tinder. And then a lighter, get a full lighter. I like to go earth tones with lighters just because it's, it's what I like. If you want to choose red or a brighter color, hey, that's on you. Next, Gorilla Tape. I like Gorilla Tape as opposed to just traditional duct tape. And then you're going to need some petroleum jelly, okay? Now to get started, I'm going to take my Gorilla Tape. I'm going to take off a good hunk here. It's about 2 feet. Good enough for me. I'm going to take my 550 cord, and I'm just going to string it in here, all right, or lay it across the top till it tapes. And then all I'm going to do is take my lighter. I'm going to put that cord or put that tape right over the lighter, and then just roll it around. I'm kind of OCD, so I try to keep this as straight as possible so I don't have any issues. All right, you guys can add more or less Gorilla Tape as you want. I'm using a lot of Gorilla Tape, and there's a reason, and I'll show you that here shortly. As opposed to using the Gorilla Tape that's only about 1 inch wide. This is about 2 1/4 inch, I think, or just maybe slightly over 2 inches. Okay, now, obviously, besides having the tape on there for a handhold, all right, it holds the lanyard in place, and this tape, as we know, duct tape acts as a tinder source or is flammable as well. Okay, next, I'm going to take my chapstick, and you'll notice the chapstick and the tape itself, where the cap is ending, all right, right up here, is a little bit too wide for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about the same amount of tape, but I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use the wider portion here, about 1 inch or so. Take about the same amount, 2 feet, tear it off. I'm going to grab that other end of that 550 cord. I'm going to lay it on here just like I did with the first one. Okay, so it looks like this. I'm just going to take that, grab my chapstick. I'm going to attach it. All right, so it's laying on there, perfect. Then I'm going to take the rest of the cargo tape here and roll it around. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this guy taping chapstick and a lighter together with 550 cord? And you'd be right to ask that question, and I'll explain. So oftentimes these items are part of military packing lists or small items you keep in your pockets, right? Now if you're anything like me and you have small items in your pockets, they tend to fall out and get lost. And so you want to hang on to some of them that are really important like this. Chapstick, keep those lips supple, all right? Got to impress everybody with supple lips. And then your lighter, first method for starting fires, or in the event you need to light somebody's cigarette for them, you can do that too, okay? But I want to keep them together, which is why they're on a lanyard, okay? So they're together in my pocket in the event one of these falls out. This one's still stuck in my pocket. I'm like, oh, hey, still got them, okay? And I can keep them together. This is also the formation of my Ranger lighter because petrolatum in the chapstick is a hydrocarbon similar to Vaseline, just like I said. It's flammable in conjunction with some sort of wick like a cotton ball. And then I also have this lighter here as my first go-to for flame. I also have the Gorilla Tape on here, which is flammable as well. Let me show you. All right, so this is my Ranger lighter. Now, there's one more step we got to do real quick. Inside my cap, you guys kind of hard to see because of the light, I have if I can get it out, maybe, might be use my knife for this, since it's in there pretty good, is that piece of cotton, okay? Or a similar piece of cotton, which I already strung up. It's got Vaseline impregnated in it, okay? Put my knife away here. Put my cap back on before I lose it. Now, the Chapstick container itself is somewhat waterproof or water resistant, because when the cap goes on, there's not a lot of places in there for water to flood in that I've noticed. I've never seen my Chapstick get waterlogged by any means. Now, the Chapstick is similar to Vaseline, is that I can use it like Vaseline. I prefer to use Vaseline for the first go around. And what I do is I take half a cotton ball and I'll get some Vaseline in here. Sorry about the glare. All right, get a good chunk of it in there. Kind of roll it around. It's good to go. Cap back on so nobody gets into it. Then I just macerate it in here and get that cotton ball infused with that Vaseline, okay? And this is what's going to be my emergency fire tinder. I'm going to take it, roll it up, put it on the top of my cap, press it down with my finger, scoop any remaining Vaseline in there, okay? And now if I didn't have Vaseline, I could use Chapstick, and that's the reason I have Chapstick. Then I put it back on, and there's a lot in there right now. That'll be okay. Now, if I needed to start a fire, and it's an emergency situation, I can have my stuff prepped, okay? Just like this one. Just set it to the side here. Excuse me, hands are sticky. All right, and I can take some of my tape out of here. Now, if you can't hear right now, there's a lot of wind outside. All right, so I got my tape. Flammable. I'm going to twist it up, okay? Prepare all my materials and get my tinder and all that good stuff ready. So here's a cotton ball I just made. Now, if I ran out of fuel with my Chapstick, or I'm sorry, my lighter, if I ran out of fuel, I can still use the striker in here, which is just the beauty of this system that I made with my Ranger lighter, okay? So I have original flame here from the lighter. It's pretty cold out, and this is actually perfect. It's cold out here. It's about 30 degrees right now, okay? So I'm losing the ability to make that flame with this butane lighter. No problem. With the Ranger lighter, in conjunction with the cotton ball and Vaseline or the petrol atom from the Chapstick, I can use it maybe. There you go. Even that's cold. Perfect. I can use that with my tape. To increase the longevity of my tinder, and then pile more tinder on top of it, okay? And it'll last for a while. And so you see with the Ranger lighter here, in a down and dirty method, lighter, Chapstick, hooked together, both usable things. Go for flame first. If I can't get flame because it's too cold out or I've lost all the fuel, I can use the sparking device in conjunction with the cotton material hidden in my cap as an emergency fire starter with the duct tape on here, because the duct tape burns and it's going to last a lot longer than just the duct tape itself or the cotton ball itself, okay? So an emergency fire starting tinder, plus you won't lose these things, which is why I keep them together. Okay. Well, I hope you guys like this video. Real quick, down and dirty, about the Ranger lighter and how I configure my lighter, all right, for the best case, worst case scenario. And then you saw in real time here just how difficult it could be when it's 30 degrees in the barn, high winds, and you've got your emergency tinder, and you've got the tape on here as well to keep that tinder lit long enough, all right, to dry out and get marginal kindling and fuel sources dried out long enough, all right, to actually start that fire, okay? So I hope you guys like this video. Again, I thank you for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, and all the feedback, and I'll be back with another video just as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.